Ladies and gentlemen, this is the after show. As Dayveonne's poking me virtually. Yay. I am Phil Geeks. We have Dayveonne, we have Corey, and we have Arsen. And today this is the after show. We're just gonna make it loose with some stories and stuff. But I wanted to talk about something. I wanted to talk about movies that make no sense. Movies that are kind of a little off when you really think about it. So, you guys up for this mayhem?
Yep.
And then we're calling it a night here, okay? So the first thing I want to, thanks to GEEKCASTER's sponsor, Dayveonne Bussey, we were checking out the Disney and Disney Plus, and I was watching Peter Pan. I had a moment. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch a whole bunch of stuff and remember my childhood. And I'm a little disappointed in Peter Pan. Peter Pan was a thief. He was a kidnapper. He was misogynistic. He was racist. He was a lot of different things. It's to the point where you really should root for Captain Hook, period.
Well, here's the thing. The originals.
And I gotta mention also the mermaids. The mermaids, as well as Tinkerbell, were haters. Like, no girl power, no female unity whatsoever. Arsen, I like how you just sat back and said, I'm not even touching this one.
Oh no, it's just a comfier chair. I haven't seen Peter Pan recently, so I don't know. But
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
What do you think, Dayveonne? Yeah.
Well, okay, it was meant to basically be for the kids. And they watered down a lot of stuff so they make Peter Pan the hero. But original lore was Peter Pan is pretty much in the original lore he was basically kidnapping kids and killing and taking their souls. While Captain Hook originally was somebody that was trying to save the children.
Oh. I never heard this version before.
Where is it from the original book, Peter Pan?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because he was one of those kids that were kidnapped.
Yeah, because it's like he's the boy who refused to grow up. That's right.
But if you think about it, all those folklore stories had something to do with luring kids away.
Yeah.
Why? Like, what?
Peter Pan wasn't a folklore. So Peter Pan was just written by that dude around like World War II, I think. So I have one weird thing of trivia of Peter Pan that I know is that the name Wendy was invented in that book. So there's that girl named Wendy. She was the first Wendy. There are no records of any human being named Wendy before that Wendy.
Oh.
So that's all I have to say about Peter Pan.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of weird, right?
That's weird.
I want to double check that because I'm like, wait.
Yeah, what? Exactly. Yeah, it's like, how is that possible?
Well, the name Mary was invented like in the 1600s, like 1500s.
I did not know that. I could believe it.
Yeah, it's like an English name, Mary.
That doesn't make sense because.
Yeah, there's like Miriam, I guess.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of variations, and if we.
Virgin Mary.
Yeah,
right.
I was about to say.
Mary's real name wasn't Mary. I know. All you history nerds, now you're gonna look up and see if I'm lying or saying the truth.
Yes.
She's probably Miriam, I would imagine, right?
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah. It's interesting how many names that we say today were pretty much created during the Dark Ages or like right after the Dark Ages or something like that. It's crazy. Or were invented like between the 13 to 1600s. So it's interesting.
Yeah, it's like terms like vandalism. If you think about it, that's like the most racist term. It's just the race of people that it's about don't exist anymore, so no one cares.
Oh, that's messed up.
But the Vandals is just like a group of people. They call themselves the Vandals.
Oh, wow. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah. So, what else is out there? Pinocchio's not bad. Pinocchio's not that bad, but it's interesting watching the cartoon. Now, Pinocchio is an old Italian story. If you go to Italy, you could even go where Pinocchio was invented, but you can go and buy a whole bunch of things with Pinocchio. I love the story of Pinocchio. Not bad, but it's interesting watching the cartoon where they chose the foxes. Everything is very, like, stereotypical. The fox is sneaky, so they have the foxes trying to, get people away and, stealing and always, whatever. But then they had this, was it Tremoli or something? The fat, they made him fat, balding, just like he's the evil money bag person. It's amazing. Like, when you watch these cartoons, everything is very stereotypical at the times of whatever ethnic group or whatever group of people they want to basically dump on. Yeah.
Well, because during that time, they really considered heavyset people wealthy and greedy. So the more heavy you are, the more wealthy you are, and they're more assuming that you're stingy with money. Compared to somebody that was...
Right? Fat cats of the 1920s.
I can't hear you, Arsen. Say it again.
Like the fat cats of the 1920s. All those like cartoons of like the barons are all fat and
right.
Because like they're greedy and stuff like that.
Well, even the term you just said it, like the fat cats.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
The bigger you were, the more successful you were, or the more revered you were. So.
But that's going on in certain countries right now. Like some places in Africa, they do the same thing. The bigger you are, the more wealthy you are. So that was something that was already established.
Mm-hmm. And it makes sense because you didn't have to expend that much energy. All you could do is take in. You weren't exercising. You weren't working the fields. You weren't building nothing. So you'd be bigger. Actually, it's very interesting. I was watching this thing on the history of Africa, and they said Hatshepsut, I hope I'm saying that name right, the Egyptian queen that ruled as a king. They did research, and they actually found her tomb, or believed it, was her tomb. And she wasn't killed by one of her relatives. They say that she had diabetes, she was overweight, and she died of cancer. So that's interesting. So, guess she was just eating and enjoying life. She's queen. You have peace. Just more Twinkies, please. More Twinkies. My kingdom for a Twinkie.
Hey. Easy with the Twinkies, man. Easy.
Isn't it like the gout, right? Like gout is it's like the disease of kings, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because cancer wasn't real then. It was mostly gout or some other, I don't want to say.
They didn't know exactly what was happening.
Yeah. Congestive heart failure, something like that led to most people's untimely death.
Yeah.
And they also didn't have the medical knowledge at that point.
I'm very curious about this Cleopatra movie that they're making. Like, if they actually make it good. Like, because I'm like a huge history buff. I love history more than I love art or anything like that. So that's my main kind of passion. And the actual story of Cleopatra is unbelievable. I mean, it sounds like it's a fantasy. It sounds unbelievable, but there's enough verifiable things that this is a real human. And we just know in the end when she dies, but when she like met Caesar, all of this is like insane. And if they do that, this might be an awesome.
Yeah, but then they have to she was also out there too.
She's completely she can't be that out there because she is very intelligent and manipulative people.
Yeah.
So she has.
But she could be. She could be a narcissist.
Yeah, but you can't be too much of a narcissist because then you alienate people. So she has to be in that, the correct order.
I got one, guys. It's a spectrum. Yeah. So what I did right there? Yeah. Everything's a spectrum. Dayveonne just shaking his head. I don't care. Don't judge me. I judge the world. That's my job. I'm Phil Geeks.
You don't not supposed to judge.
Oh, speaking of which, I just found a really cool clip. I'm going to put it on Instagram with, what's his name? Whose voice you just did?
Who?
What's his name? He plays God in a couple movies.
Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman, where he, slapped, Christopher Reeve's date or something, or his woman. It was crazy. like I don't know what role he was playing, but I was like, oh my goodness, I never seen him. He played God. How is he gonna slap a chick? It was crazy.
'Cause I'm God, and unlike you, I am God. I am Morgan Freeman. I can't do the voice right now.
Oh yeah, and oh by the way, like if you watch those cartoons, they really did Native Americans dirty.
Oh yeah,
Not just Native Americans. They
Not
did Chinese back then.
they did
Oh,
Chinese.
yeah.
They did all races bad. Like
Yeah.
it was, they did black people bad. They did. However you look at it, to each his own.
All right. Oh, also, all right. Any of you guys see the movie Ghost?
Yes. Don't
Oh, yeah.
talk about that movie, please, God, no.
That should have been a really shorter film because I'm just saying. She'd just move on, get with another dude, and he would have been like walking through him like, oh, come on. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
La, 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 la. I'm scared of that movie. I hate it. I hate it.
Really?
I hate it. La, 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 la.
And like, no one got the fault that like, yeah, he used her body, but that means that Debbie Moore slept with Whoopi Goldberg.
No,
Yes.
that movie is scary. It's traumatizing. No.
So it's like, all right. I mean, is that hustle? You could just, well, hey, I'm gonna let the ghost of your ex
No.
like go through my
No.
body. Like that
No.
sounds like
No.
a hustle line. You know what I'm saying?
That
But
movie
you
traumatized
gotta
me.
prove it. You have to
That
prove
mo-
it.
That movie traumatized me.
Okay, we got it. You're traumatized. Shh. No.
What traumatized you about the movie? Was it the clay? Like, was it the death scene?
Those black shadows scared me as a kid.
Oh, yes, they did. They terrified the crap out of me.
All right,
That's
let's
the
move on
image.
because you're destroying my ears there. Okay. All right, now
sorry.
let's talk about it again.
No.
Arsen, are there any films that really disturbed you that like this makes no sense and really perturbed? Like, I just can't deal with it.
Oh, like it makes you angry. of
Yeah,
how
like,
stupid it
yeah.
is?
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's probably a whole category of those. I mean, yeah. I guess should we talk about this movie called Pixels? It's crazy. You guys are gonna love it.
Listen, if they made a movie, what was it, Pinball Wizard? It's basically the same thing. And then they modernized it with Adam Sandler jokes.
Wait a minute, you talking about pinball like from The Who?
No, there was another movie
It's
where
amazing how Adam Sandler has a category now that you can just say jokes that are terrible, and you just say, "Oh, it's just Adam Sandler jokes."
yeah,
I honestly think Pixels had 4 jokes in it. Like everything was just like, look at these crazy characters.
And they actually had the guy from Nintendo to be in it. Was it
Yes.
the guy from Nintendo?
Oh, I worked on that shot where he gets his arm bitten off.
Yes.
Yeah.
what there was a movie. It was
That's my favorite part of that movie. Is that part?
You're like, oh, yes, it was.
Yeah. He's like, oh, he loves me. He just wants to be my friend. Oh, he's like, oh, you're my son. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he like,
Son.
kill it.
Oh yeah, never mind. Actually, I'm gonna change now into my top 3 Pixels. Change my mind.
There was a movie. Now you're making me, Phil. Why did you do this to me? Because now I'm going down the rabbit hole. There was a movie about a boy playing pinball, and he gets sucked into the game. It was kind of like Tron, but it was with pinballs. Do you not remember that movie?
No.
Am I the only one that's going crazy right now?
Yeah.
I'm going to
Probably.
watch the movie, and I'm going to let you guys know. You guys got to watch it.
What's another movie that we could say was a
Yeah,
horror?
I just blacked out the whole screen because I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What's another? I almost say Date Night was horrible.
No, you're the only one that didn't like Date Night.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty standard. I mean, there was nothing special about it, but it was a decent movie.
But it did make me laugh. Like okay, my friend recommended to me to watch it, and throughout the whole movie, I'm like, I did not laugh. It wasn't funny. Like it was just, it was over the
humorous.
top.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't. You definitely weren't gonna ha ha ha. But it's one of those things that you put on. It doesn't annoy you. It just doesn't really make you happy. but you can do laundry while you're watching it or cooking. No.
See, that's not a movie. That's a screensaver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
Like-
of those are hit or miss.
Like, I will watch the movie Tag. That was funny. Y'all don't remember the movie Tag? Y'all looking at me
I
like,
saw it, but it wasn't that funny. Horrible Bosses was funny.
wow, y'all ain't think Tag was funny.
I didn't even see Tag, so I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Yeah,
Three
you ain't see
friends, they play the longest game of tag.
Oh, I think I saw a trailer for that. Yeah. I don't see. I'm just like I'm like an angry old man now, so I just don't like anything anymore.
Oh no!
But, like,
Oh, welcome to my
I
world.
think like a lot of comedy films, like they just pretty much one group of comedians won the comedy wars, and now all comedies are how they make comedies, which is have people improv to the camera, which is awesome. If you're doing improv, that's great and it's awesome. But if you look like Edgar Wright movies that are actually like they're funny, but the you know when I was talking about how setting up the scenes and who
Yes.
that part like in that lane, you know how I was saying it's the levels, right? Like there's jokes in the script and the dialogue, but also the camera, every part of it is also playing a joke. We all know what it is. They don't do that at all. It's just people going like blah 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 blah, and then someone's gonna say something random. Crazy guy's gonna like take his wing out and like ha ha ha. It's funny.
Yeah.
And
I like
Are
the
you
fact you
talking
call it
about
a
the
wing
movie
wing. That
Game
was
Over,
awesome.
dude, man? Are you talking about the movie Game Over, man?
No, in general.
It sounds like one of those movies that I could be talking about.
Yeah, because
Buster's like one of those movies.
yeah, because it's like Game Over, man was pretty much think of Die Hard, but with three people that has no experience whatsoever, and it's in a hotel, and it's supposed to be the funniest thing. It felt stupid more than funny, but
It's kind of like how you were saying there's Adam Sandler movies or Adam Sandler jokes. That movie is like a Seth Rogen movie, and with Seth Rogen jokes.
Speaking of which, do you know that Seth Rogen is actually one of the producers of Invincible?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So now I know what to expect.
what was the movie I was thinking about, and I basically forgot because Corey distracted me a little bit.
Here.
Oh,
Man
you
and
said
the
something?
little baby.
Huh?
Oh no, never mind. I was just trying to help you out.
You know, I thought you
okay.
said
We were
Rosemary's,
talking about
baby.
Seth Rogen. What was your opinion about food? What the heck is that movie? Food something? Sausage Fest.
It was
I
trying to
didn't-
be raunchy to
I
be
did not.
funny.
Yeah, I mean, like just look at the trailer. Also, it looks horrible for like CGI. It's crazy. It looks almost like our previses. Like it. Like
Arsen would rather watch Pixels than that movie.
yeah. Well, yeah, I probably because Pixels at least looks nice. I mean, like the effects and stuff. Like it was done well.
Yeah, because it was going well when I saw the movie, and then when they went to the ending, I was like, "Are y'all freaking kidding me?"
They ran out.
Are
You could tell they ran out of time and money. They had to wrap it up.
And I was like, "Okay, I'm done. I can't. This is horrible."
Wait, what movie is this again?
Sausage Fest.
Sausage Fest.
Sausage Party.
Did they have a dance party at the end? I'm just gonna guess. Did they?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my
It
god.
was a dance party, all right. It was a dance party, all right.
Yeah, it's like the Seth Rogen,
Exactly.
Judd Apatow. I mean, and I like their Superbad is one of my favorite comedies,
Yes.
like in recent times. So they make good movies. Nothing against them.
Yeah.
but, like
What about when they did the Green Hornet? I was so mad they made it into a comedy. They messed up Green Hornet for me.
I didn't watch.
yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wait. Let everybody say their. Go on.
Okay.
Go one by one.
Okay.
Children.
All right. So who do you want to go first?
Whoever.
You're talking. You go.
All right. So I'm going to basically give Green Hornet, the new version, the benefit of the doubt. They did connect the original Green Hornet with the new Hornet. And yes, it did make sense that it had to be a comedy because they wanted it to focus more on the the newer Kato, than the actual son.
Well, it wasn't a new. It wasn't like bringing a new. It was like if that old one didn't exist, and this was the creation of Green Hornet. So it wasn't a new one. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, we're continuing the history
It
of it.
was.
No, it wasn't.
It was. Yes, it was. Because they even brought stuff about the old one into the new one.
Yeah, but
That basically.
yeah, but if you had to pretend it was his own universe, as if he came up with it himself, it wasn't like, oh, there was a Green Hornet, and now I'm going to be the new Green Hornet. That's you know what I'm saying? At least that's how you're communicating it. I don't know. I'm a little confused now.
All right, because originally his father was the original Green Hornet.
Okay, did anybody see Green Hornet? Do you know what he's talking about?
I didn't
Yeah.
watch the movie. I like the original.
I mean,
so
I haven't seen it.
I didn't watch
I got the movie in my DVD, my Blu-ray pile. So if you want me to rewatch it, I can
Yeah,
rewatch
let's
it.
rewatch it and talk about it, I guess. Because, I mean, it's nice that their Kato had more of a presence, but, I don't know. It's just sappy. It's like, Seth Rogen film. Like, all right, we got this moment.
Oh,
We're going to try to be serious. We're going to act for like 5 minutes and then go back to being silly and whatever.
now since we was talking about Adam Sandler, how did y'all feel about anger management?
Oh yeah, I remember Goose Frob. Is that from that movie?
Yes, Goose
Fraba.
Fraba.
Yeah,
Goose Fraba.
You know,
that was
I
a
would
long
say-
time ago, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say for the both of them, they're blessed to be in Hollywood to have hit and misses. And I think you're right, Arsen. Like, they have some really good films, Seth Rogen, as well as Adam Sandler, and they got some that like, oh my goodness, how did this get greenlit? Oh, just because
Right.
you're who you are,
Yeah.
you know. But I guess that's the cool part about.
But I do think
Yeah.
Seth Rogen tries more than Adam. I think Adam Sandler just figured. I mean, it's awesome. He figured out how to get him and his friends money, how to extract cash from Sony Corporation for his friends, and to do this massive heist, they accidentally have to make movies. That's how I see Adam Sandler.
You should
I mean,
smash
I
all
just wanted to say, like, I don't think Seth Rogen. I don't want to
That's-
insult him by calling him Adam
I
Sandler.
feel like the opposite, though. I feel like Adam Sandler tries more because he does try to come up with these zany, original concepts. I mean, yes, they do the same thing, but if you look at Seth Rogen's and Judd Apatow's filmography, it's always along the lines of drugs or the same themes done in different ways. Adam Sandler tries to do literally everything. Even if you look at his newer stuff, Uncut Diamonds, you're going back to Reign Over Me, you go back to Billy Madison, there's things in there that are substantial. Even Big
Wait,
Daddy.
Uncut Gems is not an Adam Sandler movie. Like, we shouldn't.
That's Martin Scorsese, right?
Yeah, well, I worked on that movie. But it's not a Adam Sandler movie. He just happened to be an actor in the movie.
I thought he came up with the script and he wanted to make that movie.
And also like Punch Drunk Love. Well, but he wasn't the writer of the movie, nor was he the director of the movie.
No, but he wasn't in every Adam Sandler movie, but if he wanted to take on that project, he would build this team. And I thought
I don't believe that was the case for Uncut Gems. I don't believe that was like an Adam Sandler vehicle. Well, same with like Punch Drunk Love. You know, that was a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, but it has Adam Sandler in it. But it would never, like, if you stack it with his filmography, it'd be like, what in the world is this movie doing here? Because he just happened to be an actor in the movie, I think.
Yeah.
Because I
No,
thought
I like-
he did like.
I like what you said, and I think that's interesting. I observed that too. It's like, I have all my friends, and we're just going to keep, hey, it's like a business transaction. All right, give me $5 million, give me $20 million. All right, you want a piece? Like, I'm going to put all my friends in the same thing, and, oh, wait, your mortgage is behind? Okay, let's do another film. Let's get everybody together. In a way, it's endearing, but in a way, it's like, you know, like you said, it's like a money
on
grab.
a personal level, it seems quite nice to get you and your friends who, like, not a lot, you know, where's Rob Schneider acting, right? Not many places. And, you know, the way these people make money is their friend Adam has this good connection. If you notice any of his movies, they're full of product placement. They're full of product placement. They're also very expensive, which makes no sense. Full of product placement, they're like in one set for the whole movie, and it's expensive. It's because all of that money is going to the crew and the actors and all that stuff, and Adam Sandler's taking a huge cut of it, and then the product placement pays for probably most of the budget needed to make the movie to begin with, because you're always in a hotel or whatever. But I want to like disagree with just one thing. You were saying that his movies are more like varied. Like I do agree that they're more varied in concept, right? Pixel is very different than like going to the zoo or whatever. But I think that's just the idea, right? If you just have an idea for a movie, oh, we're in space fighting vampires. Oh, we're underwater fighting mermaids. Those are two different things. But those are actually relatively easy to come up with. Like most people could come up with a tagline for an interesting concept for a movie. Like everyone has like, oh, dude, I have this awesome idea for a movie. It's like, have you written it? No, but I just have an idea. Great. Everyone has a great idea because the actual hard part is the storytelling of what is actually happening. And I think on that level, Adam Sandler movies are almost like made by a computer. Where always like the information will be revealed at the same kind of time. So even if the setting changes, his next movie could be in outer space fighting zombies. It's gonna like lowest common denominator. I just have, I guess, a big hatred for his films, but I like him as a person. I think he's doing a noble thing.
Yeah.
Getting his friends money.
And people was thinking like Click. I thought Uncut Gems was also the same thing. Now you just blew my mind because I got to go back and refigure out my Adam Sandler life.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, I mean, I would love to meet him, but then again, I'm afraid to meet him because a lot of comedians are really dark, like as people. You know what I mean? So like if you like a comedian, you're like, oh man, I hope he's not a jerk.
Yeah, because I met what's his name, Gilbert Godfrey. When he met my friends, he was very to himself. Like he was like, "Oh, hey, how y'all doing?" But when he hung out with me, it was like, "Oh yeah," and he actually did the voice and everything. Compared to, let's say, me meeting Christopher Lloyd, and it felt so weird talking to Christopher Lloyd than he was talking to my friend. And that's comparing to a serious actor compared to a comedian.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like a whole nother bag of ball with actors, but comedians in general, like, to even be a comedian, there's a dark side that's needed. Because you have to look at, like, the dark things in life and twist it, but you got to be twisted yourself to see the dark things in life and find some comedy out of it. And, like, I hate meeting comedians or, like, afraid to meet some of them that I really like. Like, I want to hang out with Eddie Murphy, but I don't know. I want to hang out with
I think comedians are real.
Yeah.
And in reality, why would someone like if you were Eddie Murphy, why would you want to hang out with you? I mean, if you just that's something like a narcissist does, or like a fake person.
Like Dave Chappelle. But I mean, they want to hang out with me because I'm red. You know what I'm saying?
I did look it up, and Uncut Gems, not an Adam Sandler vehicle, to confirm, but it was executive produced by Martin Scorsese.
I
knew Martin Scorsese had something to do with it. I thought.
Oh yeah,
like
I didn't know he was involved. It's amazing.
Who's the guy that does the comedians in cars? What's his name again? Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, yeah.
Yeah, he's another one. I'd love to meet him, but I'm afraid to.
Like
He'd probably just be like, "Why are you talking?" Like, "Hi," like you would just.
Yeah.
You want to spend time, but like that, I respect that. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's they're real.
So all right, everyone say your social media really quick because we're running out of time.
Dayveonne Bussey on Instagram.
I am GT3 on everything.
Arsen _ design. I don't know if it's 2 underscores. Arsen 2 underscores design.
It's 2 underscores. No, it's 2 underscores.
You gotta respect a man that doesn't even know his own IG. That's when you know you're cool. You're too cool for social media, but you have it anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
GEEKCASTER, GEEKCASTER.com, all that stuff. GEEKCASTER. Thank you so much for watching. Listen, man, really appreciate to have all you guys. This was a really nice mix. This is some great, real conversations here, and I'm enjoying it.
I don't see a smile on your